welcome to our channel.
Welcome.
Yes, so I'm Lihle Madijane.
I'm Shalom Madijane.
And we are the Madijanes. Welcome to our channel. Our channel is called Peace, Love, Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, because, well, his name is Shalom, so it means peace. I'm Tembelihle, which is good hope. And what brings us together is the love of God.
Yeah.
And that's why, well, also God is love. So,
Really is.
yeah, so love. So that's why we've called this channel Peace, Love, Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we started the channel is because we want to share our debt-free journey. Yeah.
Talk about debt, credit,
Yes.
money,
Black tax.
and
Lifestyle.
All
The fun things.
All the fun thing no one wants to talk about.
Exactly. So we've been on this journey for just under 2 years. And we thought this is time to actually share it and start having conversations, just positive conversations around all the things that we've mentioned. I think we all sort of come from similar backgrounds within the South African context. Young black people, our age group, around in the 20s and 30s, we all have a similar background. So our experiences with money are probably very similar in that we know the paycheck to paycheck living, the credit card, loan, and
Overdrafts.
Overdraft, all of it. we know it. So we wanted to have those conversations, just to empower ourselves and to take control over our finances, really. So but before we do that, we're going to introduce ourselves and just tell you a bit more about who we are and what we're about. Okay, so I'll go first. So I'm Lihle Madijane, like I've said before. Tembelihle Dlamini, that's Dlamini is my maiden surname. Tembelihle is my full name. And I'm from Mlazi in KZN. And I studied at UKZN, and then I moved to Joburg to work, like we all do. And then I worked here for 11 months, and then boom, I got retrenched.
It's tough in SA.
Yeah, I got retrenched, but by the time I would have been fine if I wasn't living it up. But the thing is, I got to Joburg and I was like, no, they must see me. Me, I'm from the hood. I'm from Mlazi. And when I go back home,
they must know I studied. And I have a job and in Joburg.
So they must see me.
Guys.
I can't come back in a bus. I need to fly back down, or I must drive back down. You know what I mean? So I started accessing all sorts of credits just so that I can have a specific kind of lifestyle. A lifestyle I think that I had already had in my head, that I'm moving to Joburg. Therefore, it means lifestyle is going from here all the way up there. So I'd already had a lot of debt at that point when I got retrenched, and they hounded me. Wow, they called me so often. All the different people that all the different businesses that I owed money to, they called me and they wanted their money. Their money, not mine. Their money. And unfortunately, I didn't have it. So some of them just had to wait until I got a job. But once I did get a job, I think that was one of my main focuses, to try and get out of the debt that I created, or that hole that I put myself into. And so I didn't really have a long-term financial plan at the time. I think I was probably about 22 or 23. So I just knew that this company traumatized me. I'm paying them their money and I'm closing my account. And this company and that in fact, even the shirt, guys, I've had the shirt for a very long time. I bought it with an account. I won't say which shop, but I bought this one on credit, but it's paid for now. In fact, when I paid those specific guys, because they hounded me so much, I even gave them a panzela of 50 rand, because I was like, you guys suck. So that's basically how my intro to debt sort of worked, accessing all sorts of unnecessary things. And so in that moment when I had just gotten the job and was trying to sort of clear out the bits of debt that I had, or the credit I had accessed, luckily at church, so we met at church, and they'd introduced us to a guy called Ramsey. And I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I can use some of these principles. He teaches on financial peace. So I thought, let me use some of the principles just to get rid of these smaller yana debts, and then obviously still keep my credit card. I mean, duh. What if I have an emergency? I still need that.
You need a credit score as well.
Yeah, I can't clear everything out, so I still kept all of those. No, you don't need any of those. But anyway, so I still kept some of those things, but I got rid of all the other ones that were unnecessary, or as they term it, bad debt. So I got rid of those things, and wasn't really thriving with money, but I was fine, because who thrives with money? We all live paycheck to paycheck. You know,
that's how money works, and that's how life works.
Exactly. So that's where I was at when we met, and we met at church. In 2015, we were in the band together. I was a vocalist, he was a drummer, and I was worshiping, and he was watching me, and then the rest is history. We got married, and he'll share his bit of
drama,
his mess.
Boy, it was a mess.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I was born in the Free State. I lived in the Northwest for a bit, did my high school day and my tertiary day, studied IT. I'm a software developer by trade. And then I got a job, moved up to Joburg, and then because I got the job in Midrand, I figured I need to get a place in Midrand. I found a nice bachelor apartment in Midrand for at the time, let me just say, I just didn't have the money for it. I had the money to pay the rent, but I didn't have the money for deposits. So I had to get an overdraft facility, and that was my introduction to debt. Got an overdraft, paid for.
Like you hadn't even been working for like 6 months.
Yeah. Who does that? So I got my overdraft facility, paid for rent and deposit, lived there, and I chilled for a while. I didn't make any major money moves until the following year. Then I decided I needed to get a car, and I've been dreaming about this car since high school. Golf 5 GTI. So I went out to go get myself a nice Golf 5. I got a TDI instead of a GTI. I didn't have the GTI. So I got myself a TDI second hand. I was ill-informed. I didn't know what I was doing. I just went to the showroom and I bought, only to find out this car had many issues.
That car should have been in the scrapyard, not in the dealership.
I don't know why it was in the dealership, but anyway, so I spent so much money on that car fixing it that I could have bought myself another car with that money that I spent fixing that particular car. But that car, hey, it served me well at some point, and then just went down. So anyway, I then changed jobs, and then I needed to increase my overdraft facility because the overdraft needs to match the salary. So I got it, and actually increased it way above my salary by a couple of grand. So from that point, literally from that point, my account never saw the green until I was married. Yes.
Oh snap! Yes.
Living a nice life.
So I am the reason that you're flourishing in life.
So
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So my account never saw the green up until I got married.
Yeah.
So I really dug a hole for myself.
Yeah, you did.
I lived a nice life. Apart from the car and all of that, I did many more things which will come up with.
Yes. But I think also, just to mention with the loads of debt that you had racked up, he also had like heavy black tax.
Well, yes.
Like,
yes,
but and also not just like family, but friends as well.
Yes.
So he was.
Mine was a bit complicated.
It was very complicated. So that's why I gave him a chance. I saw he had a big heart, so I was like,
thank you.
So that's sort of like the start.
Yes.
Of
the introduction
to debt.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the most debt we actually ever got. Like not in terms of like amount, because obviously we have a house now, but in terms of like the items.
So
the different accounts. So and that's why we want to have these conversations, guys, because we're so ill-informed about the decisions that we make regarding our finances. Like credit cards are such norms, accounts are such norms, overdrafts and all these things are such norms, and it's not normal to live this way. Like, and I think that's when we realized about 2 or 3 months into our marriage that, hi man, we can't live like this. Like, there was no financial peace in our lives.
Yeah.
Like we were fine, we were happy, obviously honeymoon phase, ooh, beautiful.
But the money did not make sense.
Yo, the money, like it would make me so angry because it didn't make sense because we both have good jobs, but somehow
Like
things were just not adding up. Yeah. So we had to do something, and we went back to Dave Ramsey, which we'd been introduced to, and we got the book, which is called Financial Peace University, and we started studying it, and we started studying the Word of God as well, regarding debt. We just went in, and to be really honest, I wasn't good with like finances at all. Like I had such anxieties about finances, and even when I wasn't in like crazy debt, I just had like anxiety about it all the time. Like I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to see my statement. I didn't want to see my notifications. I don't want to hear it.
Me on the other hand.
No, yeah, you. You've got too much peace in your life when
you like giving, like doing.
Yes, of course, and I think that's one of the major things that actually made us go into this whole journey is that we are part of, we're part of an NGO, and it required a lot of money from us, but we were unable to do the things that we wanted to do because we have debt.
Chunk. So all our money needs to go there, and it can't go where you want it to go.
You actually can't do the things that you want to do. So we thought this is going to be such a good thing for us to do for our marriage, because we have a vision for our marriage, and now we need a plan to work so that we actually have the marriage that we want. And so it was that the aligning of the two that was so important for us, and that we did in 2018, and so almost 2 years ago. So we want to be sharing these kind of stories with you guys, and we actually didn't mention what kind of parents are we. We have a son.
No, how we were still getting to it.
Really?
How? Who would forget their son?
No, we didn't forget him. It's just that we're going to So we have a son. We have a 6-month-old son. His name is Onalena, and he's so cute, guys. He's just sour dogs. So we call him Ona. So maybe we'll make reference to him every now and again, because he also charges a lot of our money.
Well,
So we'll make reference to him so you'll know who we're talking about.
You should get a job now.
So that's why we wanted to have these conversations, guys. Just to empower ourselves, really. I think it's so important to have these difficult conversations at this age, because when we started this whole debt-free journey, we had estimated that at 30 we'll be debt-free. Just looking at the amount of debt that we had, and just also trying to be realistic, but through the grace of God, discipline, and just I think the agreement that we had, there wasn't a push and pull. We were in agreement with this goal, and I think those 3 things assisted us to be able to fast track, and we're almost 28 next month, and by the end of this year we'll be debt free. So that's almost minus 2 years of our chart, which is fantastic. Because we're never getting into debt ever again. After this, we've learned our lesson. So please don't judge us, guys. The stories we'll be sharing, we're going to be very open and honest with you, simply because we think that you can learn a lot, but we also want to learn from you guys as well. So please do share your stories on the comment section, and of course you can always suggest what kind of things that you want us to get into regarding finances. We're by no means financial experts at all. We're not experts. We're financial dummies, actually. I'm joking. No, not dummies, but we're not authorized to give financial advice, but we want to have conversations. We're allowed to have conversations to empower one another as young South Africans, and even people outside of South Africa as well. So please make sure that you comment, you share this video, and if you did enjoy it, please do like it, and of course subscribe and switch on the notification bell. We will be posting lots and lots of videos for you guys, lots of interesting stories. Some are very sad, some are funny, so make sure that you stay tuned to our channel, and we will see you in the second episode, where we'll be speaking about the car that we bought that we didn't need. Because after so just before we got married, we decided, well, we're about to be a family, and what's really important when you're a family is an SUV.
We need to get around as a family.
Yeah, all of us. I mean, there were just two of us, but all of us. Need to fit in the car. So we've got an SUV. But we'll speak more about that in the next video.
Yeah.
So please make sure that you tune back when we post that second video. But yeah, for now, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.